Alright, welcome back to Sly 2 Band of Thieves. We're going to start here, episode 8. We're going to learn all about Arpeggio's big old blimp, what's happened to the clockwork parts, and the master plan of the Claw Gang is finally all going to come together. We've been working hard, we've been moving right along, and I'm excited to, I don't want to say I'm excited to finish the game, but I'm excited to move on and, you know, it's been a journey. It's been a long time since I've played, and it's good to have it all come to an end.
There we were, heading east across the Atlantic Ocean, stowaways on a giant airborne fortress. Though time was short, we made sure to study up on our unknowing host, Arpeggio. While attending a prestigious boarding school, the young Arpeggio excelled in all subjects, but he never managed to keep up with the other boys physically. Sadly, his wings, due to their small size, were useless for flight. Furious at his feeble body, he focused his powerful mind to search for a cure in the works of the Italian Renaissance masters. Their notebooks provided the springboard for this sinister young genius, and it wasn't long before the Claw Gang took him on as chief inventor. His talents must have been at work repurposing all the clockwork parts for their criminal schemes. And now this mastermind is in possession of all the parts. It's only a matter of time before he puts them back together. And when that happens, well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Anatomy for disaster. Sly says he's not going to let it happen. We'll see about that, though. Okay, so here we are. This zone is so challenging. This is probably my least favorite zone. You know, it's the last one. It's really hard to move around. And then not only is it really hard to move around, there's not a whole lot of... I mean, there's a lot of stuff to climb on, but not as much as you would think. There's a lot of wide open space still. Like, all of this is just a lot of wide open space. This walkway, wide open space. And there's nowhere to run, because if you try and run, you'll fall. So, getting around with Sly, as you can imagine, way easier than with Bentley and Murray. Getting around Bentley and Murray is a tremendous pain in the neck. We're going to see Bentley and Murray walk down this pathway a number of times, because it's pretty much the only way to get anywhere. Where do we have to go? We have to go all the way over here. Okay. Oop. Save me. Also, these eggs, they have enemies in them. Sometimes. Making a liar out of myself. Clues are hidden everywhere. Same as last time. I don't know if you just noticed there too, but this is not a two-way walkway. Sly slides down. That's true with many of the walkways in this zone. Where do I have to get? I have to get all the way up there. So now it'd be cool if there was just a nice easy way to get right up there, but there's not. I have to walk all the way around, and I have to... Oop, he didn't, like, jump back up. See, with Sly, we could just, like, climb right up here. But with Bentley or Murray, we would have to walk all the way around. This platform is the worst. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. If you get trapped by a flashlight guard, it's pretty much, you know, the end. I shouldn't say that, but it wouldn't be the end, but you're going to take damage for sure. This is usually the last zone that I would get to as a little kid, and then I would quit. When I was like 12 or... Oh my gosh. That's not what I meant to do. When I was like 12 or something, on a playthrough one time, on my actual PlayStation, I discovered that the the disc was so scratched that I would get to this point. I would start the mission, get into the blimp, and then the game would freeze. So that was the end, and then I didn't play this game for a long, long time after. It wasn't until I got my my computer, which I'm currently running this game on, that I picked it back up and played it again. But even still, it was probably 4 or 5 years. I keep saying I've played it a bunch of times. This is probably my first playthrough in like legit like 4 or 5 years.
Instruments have picked up large magnetic fields radiating from inside that blimp. If Arpeggio's already started reassembling Clockwork, that's where you'll find him.
Sounds good. I'm on my way.
Don't waste any time here, Sly. Get to the blimp and take some recon photos. To build the plan, we need to know how close they are to reviving Clockwork.
Relax, Bentley. I've got it under control.
Relax, Bentley. Bentley's usually right about most things. So why did Sly tell him to chill out? Bentley's stressed. He usually has a good reason to be stressed. The phone just buzzed. Turner, my brother. Oop. Is that not the way in? Oh, there we go. I was like, I could have sworn. And right here, the game would freeze. I would never see any of this.
I had no idea they could reassemble Clockwork so fast.
Calm down, Bentley. He might be in one piece, but he doesn't appear to be, you know, alive. Let's stick to the format here. How about some recon photos?
You're right. We need to be informed to create a plan of action. Try to get a shot of Clockwork's head, a mech egg, and one of those spinning magnetic inducers. They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the guards. If you get detected, we won't have time for a second chance.
I mean, we will. We can have as much or as little time as we desire. Can't help but notice these guards have a blue glow. I wonder if that will turn into anything or not. Okay. So, these spinners.
These magnetic inducers seem to be holding the Clockwork parts together.
I also can't help but notice that there's a locked terminal over there. I wonder if we're gonna have to do some pickpocketing. Also, it seems as though Neela and Arpeggio are chilling out at the front. So I have to get to the front of the head. I think I can do this. Maybe not. Alright, well, rip. Alright, well, let's try again. You know what's kind of interesting, too, is this is kind of the first time we get to see Clockwork, like, himself. How big he is. And, like, how big of a threat he actually is. In the previous game, in Sly 1, Clockwork is talked about quite a bit, but we don't see Clockwork for the vast majority of the game. In fact, we don't even know really anything about him at all for the vast majority of the game. It's only he appears for the final fight, and that's it. Other than that, we don't see him at all. He is mean looking though, huh?
Clockwork appears completely inanimate. We still might have a chance.
You know what else is kind of interesting is Clockwork is like put together.
These magnetic inducers seem to be holding the Clockwork parts together.
Like his body, but not his soul, so to speak. Alright, and then one of the electro eggs. I don't remember what that is or where it is. Eggs. Oh, they actually might be behind me. I think they're here? Maybe not. They must be behind. They are. Okay. Okay. I knew there was something. Okay, like that's not an acceptable picture. Just kind of have to be patient and wait. I guess we have to actually take it like down here. The guard walking. Screen tearing a little bit.
Radioactivity from inside those mech eggs. I wouldn't get too close. Sly, I'm detecting voices from the front of the blimp. I think it's Arpeggio.
You think so, huh, Bentley? You might be right. Just be like, yeah, Bentley, we know. We already saw, jeez. And this is gonna keep us hidden for sure.
Neela's here too.
There he is.
There he is, the mastermind behind this blimp and the source of all our problems.
That's a an A, but it kind of looks like a Russian D.
I can't believe it. She must have been working with Arpeggio all along. I don't need to study those photos to see the writing on the wall. Clearly, Neela and Arpeggio have conspired together to rebuild Clockwork. And it looks like they're dangerously close to realizing their goal.
Look, Bentley, I know it's not your style, but I need a quick plan of attack. Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled.
Well, those magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts together. If you reverse their polarity, it should pull Clockwork apart. Unfortunately, the inducer speed control station is locked down tight. Pickpocket keys for the 4 patrolling guards to get at it. Then you'll need to manually reverse the polarity of each inducer deck at the top of their rotation.
Consider it done.
How hard could it be? This is probably the most challenging pickpocketing mission in the game. Most of the most challenging missions in the game are in this zone. And I would say that the difficulty ramps up pretty quickly. Like, I would say that we've had a fairly consistent pacing for difficulty curve, but this zone, it ramps it up a little quicker. I would say the Contessa's first zone as well. It's probably one of the more difficult ones. Because oh my god, even with silent obliteration, that guy heard me. Oh well. I should have known better. That's okay. When you first only have Bentley, and you're like not really organized and don't really know how to play the game yet, when you're a little kid. That was like actually like really intimidating. We're like, oh my god, we only have Bentley. But now it's like, oh my god, I have to play through this zone as Murray.
Speed control station to slow down the spinning inducers.
The beeping certainly doesn't get annoying. That's okay.
Now that the inducer decks are spinning slower, get up there and reverse the polarity of each deck.
So there's one. The other one should be coming around here soon. There it is. There's one. We'll just wait for the next pass. We can see which ones we've done because they're red and blue. Okay, I tried to grab that, but I guess he didn't grab. Oh well. Oh, that guard respawned. Or maybe I just never killed him. I don't remember. Alright, and with this final pull, we're going to rip Clockwork all apart, and then all of the danger is going to be eliminated. Or not.
What's all this then? The magnets have been reversed. But, by Jove, it seems to have locked the clockwork parts into place. Excellent.
Sly Cooper! Of course this would be your doing.
Ah, Mr. Cooper. No doubt you believed a reversal would pull the old bird apart, eh? But it seems to have had quite the opposite effect. I'm truly grateful. When fully powered up, I'll join myself to its circuits and be born anew!
All this because you can't fly. You're pathetic.
Immortality! Immortality is what I seek. The other Claw Gang members were much too short-sighted. They were satisfied using the clockwork parts to drive their various trivial schemes. But not me. No, I saw them for what they really were. The keys to life eternal.
So, what? You had Neela put me on the scent back in Cairo, and then waited while I stole the parts from the other Claw Gang members, all the while not arousing any suspicion that you were behind it all?
You make it sound easy, Cooper. I had to carry your pathetic gang through that first set of heists. I was overjoyed when Arpeggio let me toss you in jail. I could finally go after the parts myself.
You see how well that worked.
But acquiring all the parts was only half the equation. Think, Cooper. What kept Clockwork alive for thousands of years?
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
Splendid! That's right. Hatred. Putting his gears and wires together was child's play, compared with accumulating that much hatred.
You can't make people hate.
Oh, my poor naive boy. My meticulous mind has found a way. As your hippopotamus friend will attest, spice consumption makes you both angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist extraordinaire, devised a way to command people through the use of flashing lights. I've created this blimp to be a massive transmitter of those precise light frequencies. The only problem I faced was finding a suitable source of light waves.
The Northern Lights. You've been collecting Northern Light energy so you could hypnotize everyone beneath the blimp.
Ah, hypnotize those who'd eaten food covered in illegal spice. Thank goodness for Dimitri. Through his nightclub, he got the whole city to consume the spice.
You're going to Paris to unleash a hypnotic light show of hate. That's outlandishly cruel.
Cruel, perhaps, but necessary to give Clockwork his spark of immortality. Ah well, my new body awaits me. Be a dear, Nina, and keep him covered. Ta-ta!
Stupid Arpeggio. I double-crossed the Cooper gang, Interpol, and Carmelita. What made you think I wouldn't do the same to you?
This is preposterous. You're my protege. not the next candidate for my immortality. I demand you exit the clockwork frame or...
Rip.
Behold, Kalakla is born!
As we all know, things are looking grim. Neela has joined herself to the clockwork frame and the Union has produced Clockla. She's out and free to terrorize the world. This blimp is still in motion to Paris. I can only assume Arpeggio's autopilot will activate the hate hypnosis light show. If that happens, there will be no stopping Clockla. She'll be immortal. But we still have a chance. In her new form, she'll need to draw a lot of energy from this blimp's engines to stay strong. If we can disable the engines, that should be enough to weaken her to a state in which we can attack. Getting at these engines will require all three of us to work together in perfect harmony. We've pulled off some tough jobs in the past, but they were just the warm-up round for what we'll be going through tonight.
And just like that, Sly Cooper transitioned, you know, into James Bond. So, while the missions in this zone are way more challenging, and while moving around this area is a big pain in the neck, we finally learned the Claw Gang's big plans, their massive plot. Clockla, which is a ridiculous name, is back, and bad news. We're on our way to Paris, where all of the Parisians are susceptible to being hypnotized. But you know what? I think we actually have as much time... Oh, and this. Clockla is flying... Rip. Clockla is flying around the entire zone, and she's looking for us. So she shines a light down. Yeah, you can see. If she sees us, she'll shoot us, and it's just mildly annoying. So we have all this to deal with, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon. I said I was gonna try and get this whole thing done in 25 episodes, but obviously that didn't happen. So it's anybody's game now. There's no more rules. So look at that. That is pretty cool. Like, undeniably. There's actually a glitch. You can jump down and land on her back, and you can fly around. But you know what? I'm not going to do that right now. We'll worry about it later. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.